Okay, guys. Well, I'm back at it. I'm working on the Honda, and went ahead and I pulled this negative terminal, negative wire off the car, and I don't know. Hondas are weird. I actually cut this open, and it's not like most of their ground wires. It's not really insulated. I don't know why they do that, but nothing really wrong with the crimp end. It's this crazy end down here, and that was actually my doing. I had one of these terminals in a box. I have no idea what this is, but it ended up making some really weird corrosion. You can see all that black, and it did the same thing on the battery terminal. It was really strange. I don't think it's anything I sprayed on there, but wasn't making a good connection. So what I did is I just sandpapered inside there and hooked it up, and then obviously got the car put back in the garage. So yeah, kind of a weird deal. So this is gone. I went ahead and got this made new. I made it a little bit longer. It's got a nice lug end, crimped on the other end too. And then I did buy another. I bought this kind of cool deal, and I've been wanting to mess with these a little bit. It's got this little ferrule fit on the bottom, and then you've got like a color coding too. So this, it's kind of hard to tell too, but it's gray, and gray color goes to the gray stripe on the wire. Yeah. So I'm gonna make up a positive. I've got to really look and see what they went ahead and did the crimp on this one. Now they use a big, they use some kind of hydraulic crimp on this. It squeezes it down real tight. So, but this, and then I just got a length of wire right there. I'm going with 6 gauge on both of these. These are going to be SAE style terminals because it's SAC style battery, so that's important. I don't know what this construction is. Obviously, it's not totally lead. It's plated. I'd say it's a tin plated, maybe some type of copper. It's not super soft, but I like these. Also, it's going to match up. It'll be matching ends, so you don't need one style wrench to get them off. The other day I had to get like all kinds of different wrenches because everything seemed to be a different. One was metric, one was standard. So getting rid of this. The only weird thing about Honda, and I forgot about Honda's doing this, is there was this little junction right here that I couldn't see underneath the battery, so I took it off. But it's also partially the ground, because you can see there's a ground, or there's a crimp onto bare wire. And then that obviously goes underneath your battery box, which of course look how corroded that is. So that's like a second ground to this ground that goes very close to your starter. Yeah, so Honda hooked that. I don't know why they don't. I peeled this back. This wasn't broken, but obviously that's not keeping corrosion out. It's just like a really loose tubing on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this negative. I'm gonna let it roll with the positive. The only thing I did over here was this these two connections. See if I can get a decent. I was trying to get it where it went. That connection I cleaned up and put some dielectric grease on it. I always use dielectric grease. You can use that style right there, but because you got a giant tube of it, it should last the rest of your life. And then I also did the one that I believe this one goes. The wire goes up underneath. It's got this funny end where it makes like a 90-degree, so it's going to make it hard to remake that and put the cover back on. So I kind of kept it stock, but I cleaned that one up too. But they both look good. Now, assuming this wire runs all the way around the car to the back to the alternator, and I think I'm going to run a wire probably directly from there to the alternator myself. I may have enough of that 6 gauge. I'm going to go with 6 gauge. That should be good, I think, by the chart for over 100 amps. So I feel like that's going to be enough. I don't think the alternator charges that much. But the starter wire that goes straight down to the starter, now that's a different story. It's not from the factory. See if we can get down in there and look. It's not that heavy gauge of a wire, so, but you know, Star can pull a lot of amps for a short amount of time. So I'm gonna look and see if I maybe might even up that. I might even up that gauge a little bit. It's this wire here with the funny. This is all factory too, so you can tell the white wire and the start wire. They're a hair bigger than each other. This darker colored, almost like a brown black wire. So I probably could look up on the. I guess I can look on the schematic and see what it is, but I think I'm going to go more than 6 because that's the start side of the circuit, and you definitely can. Your starter can hit probably 250 amps on a real hot start. So you know, so I might freshen that up. And obviously get a good short length in there and everything. But I'm pretty happy how that. I think this is going to do it. I might do a start video. I'm not really sweating it too much. I already got it to start once, but obviously by just tightening everything up. So, good shape. But yeah, there's some new stuff there. I mean, wire's expensive, you know. It's 30 some bucks and 6-gauge wire and some crimp-on ends. And then I'm kind of excited about this thing because then I don't have to go and get it crimped. I can do it myself. You take this ferrule out, and I think you strip the wire. I'm going to look and see how far up the stripped wire has to go, but you get that wire poked in there, and then it goes into the. Yeah, that's a good picture there. And then you pull that in, and it's going to crimp down. So that's like almost like a military style, I guess is what they call it, but pretty cool. So I'm going to try that when I decide what I want to do here. And yeah, I've got a new lug, and that I'll probably just crimp, probably just with the hammer. They've got a little jig there that squeezes down into the middle of it, and it kind of makes it like almost like a square. It's a better deal, and I might even take it to them and just have them crimp it for me. They're not going to charge me anything for that, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, and I might just add that to the charging circuit. I gotta see what I want to do with this, but anyway, that's it for now, and we'll get her all fired up, take her for a test ride. That's it. Thanks a lot.